Hey, BYHYU. Welcome to episode 64 of Build Your House Yourself University. I'm Michelle Nelson, your host and fellow student, and together we'll learn the basics of home design and construction and demystify the building process so we can become educated consumers and build quality dream homes with or without a general contractor. Kitchen islands. They're one of the most requested kitchen features in new homes. This week's quick tips will cover how to best organize your kitchen island and what type of island storage would work well for you and your family. You should customize your kitchen island to reflect your habits, needs, and desires. Before we get to the quick tips, I want to thank Brinkers Road and Hottie Looking for a Hottie for your 5-star ratings and awesome reviews. It makes me so happy that you took the time to tell me and others that you find the show valuable. Those reviews are more encouraging than you know, so thank you both. Hottie Looking for a Hottie's review said, in part, educational and soothing. I feel like this is real information that can actually be used, as opposed to, say, a paid college course. Not to mention, something about your tone is soothing, creating a desire to listen. Well, Hottie, thank you very much. That's quite a compliment. If you sweet talk your dates anything like that, you won't be looking for a hottie much longer. All right, enough of that. Let's get down to business. Quick tips for your kitchen island. First, decide what you want to primarily use your kitchen island for, because that will determine how to make the most efficient use of that space. Will you use your island for food prep, cleanup, eating, conversation, cooking, baking, as a serving station, and or as your kids' homework station? What will the island be used for? For me, the island will be used primarily for food prep, cleanup, quick meals and snacks, and conversation. I'm more of a sous chef than an actual chef, but I do help my husband and family and friends in the kitchen by chopping and dicing and getting the food ready to be cooked. And I want to do that at the kitchen island. And if you're someone who wants to do some sous chefing at the island too, here's tip number 2. Make sure that you have sufficient counter space. According to the National Kitchen and Bath Association, an island should be no less than 3 feet long and 2 feet wide if you want to do any significant prep work on the island. Of course, bigger is better, but that's their minimum recommendation. 3 feet long by 2 feet wide. Number 3, add a built-in refrigerator drawer to your island if you have the space and the budget, especially if you're going to use your island for food prep, quick meals and snacks, and or baking. If you have small children and you want them to grab their own snacks out of the fridge drawer, consider putting the drawer at the side of the island, out of the way of the main kitchen activity. Number 4, put a knife drawer and cutting board storage in your island, especially if you're planning on using it for food prep. Now, if you're going to use your kitchen island as a cleanup station too, here's tip number 5. Include a sink and dishwasher in the island. I bet you could have figured that out. If you do a lot of casual entertaining with close friends and family like I do, you'll want to position your sink so that you can see and talk to your guests during after-dinner cleanup. And if you have a large family and a large island, you might consider including 2 dishwashers or 2 dishwasher drawers on either side of the sink. That way, clean dishes can be stored in one and you can load dirty dishes in the other. Number 6, add a trash compactor, trash bin, or recycling station in the island so you can easily get rid of bones and other table scraps and trash that you wouldn't put in the garbage disposal. Then after scraping the plates and throwing paperware in recycling or the trash, then you can put plates right in the nearby dishwasher. Number 7, for an ultra-efficient cleanup station at your kitchen island, add a drawer or 2 where you can store your most used dishes and flatware. That way, unloading the dishwasher will be super easy. Look for dish drawers with adjustable pegs that can accommodate dishes of different sizes. Take a look at the show notes at BYHYU.com to see an example of a kitchen island dish drawer. If you want your island to be a baking station, here's tip number 8. Add space to house your stand mixer, plus slim upright vertical slats where you can place baking pans and cookie sheets. In addition, you might want to add a drawer for rolling pins, cookie cutters, and decorating supplies. There are also some really cool drawers that have large built-in canisters for flour and sugar. A refrigerator drawer would also be nice so that you could store eggs and butter. Number 9, seating and a countertop overhang are needed for islands that will be used for eating, conversation, and homework. The National Kitchen and Bath Association recommends at least 17 inches of knee space for seating at a kitchen island. So that means a 17-inch overhang. However, many kitchen designers say that you can get away with 12 inches of overhang, especially if you use small stools. Number 10, only put your cooktop in your kitchen island if your actual cooking is a major highlight of your entertaining or family time. If you regularly do cooking demonstrations, for example. Otherwise, you'll probably want to skip the island cooktop. It's messy, and with splashes and splatters, it can be hazardous, especially for children sitting nearby. Putting a cooktop in the island was somewhat of a trend several years ago, but people are moving away from that. Number 11, no matter what you use your island for, you'll need electrical outlets. Don't forget to talk to your electrician about that. Number 12, you'll want to steer clear of large, deep cabinets in your island. Shallow cabinets, meaning 12 to 18 inches deep, are okay. But if you want deeper storage, opt for full extension drawers or pull-out shelves so you don't have to get on your hands and knees to see what's in the back of a deep, dark cabinet. Number 13, unless you're going to have a waterfall countertop where the countertop material extends all the way to the floor on the sides of your island, you'll want to utilize every side of your island for storage. You can use the sides of your island for open shelving, for cookbooks or pretty dishes, or for wine storage. Or you can put a microwave oven on the side of your island. You might also opt for cabinets with push-to-open decorative door panels that you can put on the sides of the island or even beneath the eating counter. Use those spaces for homework supplies or toy storage if you have small kids, or you can store infrequently used platters or holiday dinnerware there. The last tip that I have for you is to use your toe kick area in your island for storage. You can ask your carpenter or cabinet maker to make shallow drawers for that area. Those drawers could house large platters, linens, small toys and art supplies, or a foldable step stool. My very favorite idea for the toe kick area is to have a built-in pull-out riser or step so that little ones can stand on them to help you cook or do dishes, or you can stand on it to reach tall cabinets. You can pull the riser out when you need it and simply push it back in place when you're done with it. Take a look at the show notes at BYHYU.com to see an example of this built-in step. So those are the tips I have for your kitchen island design. Think about how you'll actually use your island and include features and storage solutions that will make your time in your kitchen more efficient. Please remember that the purpose of this podcast is simply to educate and inform. It's not a substitute for professional advice. The information that you hear is based only on the opinions, research, and experiences of my guests and myself. That information might be incomplete. It's subject to change, and it may not apply to your project. In addition, building codes and requirements vary from region to region, so always consult a professional about specific recommendations for your home. Thank you for joining me this week. I hope you found those tips helpful, and I hope you'll join me again next week for another episode of Build Your House Yourself University. BYHYU.